What's going on, Lego Maniacs? It's Ty, the Lego guy here, and welcome to Ty's Talks, a Q&A series, episode 25. This one had some very helpful questions and some interesting ones, at least I think they'll help you guys out, including, is it better to sell your sets separately or in bulk? Which one's more profitable? Along with a little bit more current question being, what possible sets could we see for the Book of Boba Fett? And then what my favorite 32x32 baseplate set is, among a bunch of other really good questions. And again, if you have questions for next Ty's Talks, just leave them in the comments and we'll get to them in episode 26. But enough talk, let's get right into it. And our first question comes to us from Alpha Bricks channel, and he asks, do you like the Book of Boba Fett series, and what vehicle, ship, building, or scene from the series would you like to become a Lego set? So first question, I have to say I do like the Book of Boba Fett. I find it very entertaining. I don't know if I quite like it as much as The Mandalorian, but it's definitely out of 1 out of 10, generally an 8 for me, so that's, a thumb up. As far as the possible sets I think they could maybe make, well, obviously, a new Jabba's Palace or Boba Fett's Palace, that's kind of what there's been some rumors that they're maybe making that, which would make perfect sense, but not huge. Be more so like maybe $100 set. It also would be pretty cool if they were to make maybe that little scene where they have that droid with all those knives when Boba Fett's kind of invading the palace. I've seen a mock on that and it looked actually really good. There's also that chase with that, the guy that works for the mayor and Boba Fett's goons basically chasing him. Another really cool set, which I really hope that Lego actually makes, would be a Tusken Raider encampment. I think that'd be fantastic. You'd have some banthas, you'd have some other huts. I know they kind of made that with the Trouble on Tatooine, but just give us a full-fledged set of that. And with Boba Fett in the white clothing or white overalls, whatever you want to call it. Part of the reason I think maybe before they'd steer away from that was because of Anakin slaughtering all those Tusken Raiders in that one camp. But now the fact that we have the Book of Boba Fett and we have, a scene that's not so vivid, just their encampment, them living, and I think that Lego could maybe do that. They could also make that big train that was carrying that spice that the Pikes owned. That's another possible set. Those are just ideas that kind of came up on the top of my head. Definitely we're going to be seeing some new Boba Fett sets, but yeah, those are my ideas. Let me know if you guys actually have any ideas of sets you'd like to see from that series as well. Karma Brick Creation says, what is your favorite set that uses the 32x32 canyon raised baseplate, like the one used in the Extreme Team Challenge? So there was a number of sets that kind of came to mind. What's interesting is you put 32x32, but like for instance, the original Sphinx from the Adventure theme, I really, really like that set. Also the Spyrus base. I mean, there's so many sets that use that raised base plate. You mentioned 32x32 though, so that's not a 32x48 or by 64. Believe it or not, there is some base plates that are that big. But I'm probably gonna go with the Eldorado Fortress. It's a beautiful looking model. I was also thinking of the Imperial Trading Post, which also came out around the same time. But I'm probably gonna go with the Eldorado Fortress. That's a set that's almost number 1 on my wish list. One of these days, I hope to actually own it, but that's the choice I'm gonna go with. Again, there are some other sets though that kind of come to mind. Even like Ice Planet, they have one of those big bases and they use a 32x32 raised base plate along with some other base plates. That's a really good looking set as well, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with Eldorado Fortress. Vigard Peterson asks, question, I have a fairly big Lego collection. I'm not sure how big, I can just compare it to you and the other Lego YouTubers' crazy collections. If theoretically were to sell it, is it better to sell as a haul, like the whole Star Wars theme in one go, or sell it set by set? I heard from friends that people would buy big collections, not sure if that is true. So this is a really helpful question, I think, for those that buy and sell Lego, or maybe those that, they're sick of having this certain set, they want to sell it, or maybe they're wanting to get out of Lego, or maybe there's just a number of sets that they want to sell, but they want to keep most of their Lego collection. From what I've seen, I think that sets go for more money if you sell them separately, and I think it actually is a little bit more helpful. Like for instance, myself, I rarely buy in bulk. Now why I say that is because generally when the guy's selling off a collection, half of the collection I already own, the other half I want, but I don't want a bunch of duplicates, so I'll continue looking. But if you're looking to maybe sell out of convenience, if you're to sell in bulk, that's a lot easier, right? You don't have to list all those sets separately. You can just sell them in one go. So if you're looking for more convenience and just, making some money, go with selling in bulk. But if you're looking at making more money, but it's more time consuming, I would say definitely sell your sets separately. You're gonna have more people interested in those sets as well, I think, because again, they don't have to worry about getting duplicates. You may say, hey, the guy might not have any of the sets, but if he's a Lego collector and he's willing to spend the big money, he's probably gonna have some of those sets already. So because of that, I think that it's kind of better to sell separately, but again, you're gonna need more time to list all those sets, take individual pictures of it. When you ship them out or however you're gonna do it, you're gonna have to package each of them separately instead of one big bulk sale. So again, it's just a matter of what you wanna do. But yeah, great question, and hopefully that helps you out. Mr. Blue asks, question Ty, when are you going to stream again? So this is kind of a timely question. If you guys came to my streams on Sunday, you've probably noticed that I've kind of stopped doing them. The reason why is not because I don't like doing streams, it's just basically in an effort to, not burn out and make sure I get everything done that I have to. What I was finding is when I did stream Sunday, a lot of stuff that I had to get done for the rest of the week, I wasn't getting done, and then, the whole week gets hectic. So I kind of put the streams on the back burner. I am hoping to start doing them again. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do them Sunday though. Let me know maybe actually if there's a better day that works for you guys. I'm kind of thinking maybe even Saturday afternoon or something like that. But yeah, I hope to do streams again. It's just, I don't want to burn out, and work's just been crazy lately. But yeah, hopefully in the near future, I'm able to start doing them again. Brother from Another Brick says, what advice would you give to someone who is trying to become irresistible to ladies? Also, what happened to your Sunday streams? So we kind of answered the Sunday stream question. As far as how to become irresistible, well, show them your Lego collection. There is nothing more irresistible than someone with a massive Lego collection, and the bigger the better. But yeah, jokes aside, I don't know, keep up good hygiene, shower, clip your nails, as BFAB will say. It's disgusting to have long, gross nails. Stay well groomed. I think all those things will help. I don't know if they'll make you irresistible, but nobody dislikes or generally doesn't dislike someone who smells good and has good grooming. So that would be my advice. Big Mr. T says, what are some hot Star Wars takes you have? So I've been thinking about this question for literally weeks, and I don't think I have really any takes that many Star Wars fans don't have. Like, I don't love the sequels. I don't bash them though, and if you like them, nothing against you. My biggest issues with the sequels, again, is just Anakin's the chosen one. He's the one who takes out Palpatine, and the way they portrayed Luke in Episode 8 is completely wrong. He was my hero as a kid. And he's not someone who gives up and stops doing what's right. He keeps going. He's not someone who tries to murder his nephew, even though it was a split second. He's someone who saves those that, are maybe on a wayward course. I mean, think of all the bad things Vader did. Kylo Ren did way less bad things than Vader, and Luke was still willing to die to save his father, and he said, I see the good in him, right? So I don't agree with the sequels, but I know that that's not very original. A lot of people have the same ideas. I do know that some don't like The Mandalorian and Boba Fett. A few. I think most people like those two TV series, myself included. I will say that for those that are really nitpicky on Star Wars, maybe ease off a little bit, because they are trying with the Book of Boba Fett, with The Mandalorian. And yes, they're not perfect, but they're still really, really good. Like, I really enjoy them. Anyways, I don't really have any hot takes, opinions that aren't really shared by too many people, but I will definitely keep that in mind for future episodes. And if I do figure out something that I have that is maybe not what most Star Wars fans view it, I'll definitely share it in a future video. And our last question comes to us from Kylo Sam, and basically he's looking to buy some future Lego sets. He got a bunch of awesome sets for Christmas, which is awesome. Mainly, it sounds like you like Harry Potter and Star Wars, but you also mentioned that you don't have a job, so I know that money can be a little scarce. If you don't have too much money to work with, I would say go with the new Clone Trooper and Hoth Trooper, basically mini battle packs, or also go with the Snow Trooper battle pack. All those sets are awesome, great for building armies, and most Lego Star Wars fans love building their armies, myself included. The Ahsoka Tano brickhead is also pretty awesome. Also, the Duel on Mandalore is pretty cheap, and I think it's a pretty great looking set. If you have a bit more money to work with, or a lot more, I should say, definitely get the UCS AT-AT. That is one of my favorite models of all time. If you have a little bit less and you're wanting to save, maybe the Mos Eisley Cantina, that's a lot more attainable, and it's also a great set. But yeah, those would be my choices. Hopefully that kind of helps you out. But yeah, that pretty well does this Q&A. But again, guys, if you have questions for next Ties Talks, just leave in the comments and we'll get to them in episode 26. But yeah, that pretty well does it. But if you liked the video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future Q&As. We do one of them every month, and yeah, you guys have a bunch of great questions, and hopefully this series is also helping you guys out with maybe some Lego advice. But yeah, that's all I got for you again. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.